So, hello everybody. Today we are recording from your divorced dad's first apartment. He says it's going to be super chill though. You're going to be able to drink soda here on weekdays. Your mom can't yell at you. There's no bedtimes. And don't worry, all of the shampoo and conditioner is the cheapest, yet brightest ones we could find. The dial, the pink stuff. So yeah, we're here from...
there were so many details.
Yeah,
you had so many of those details down.
Yeah,
that was so sad.
I don't think I have any friends.
I was gonna
period. No, that have like non-divorced parents. So like sometimes you'll go to the dad's house and you'd be like, oh, this place sucks.
If you go to a divorced dad's house, like you always get the impression he wasn't ready for your like the visit that you have scheduled every week for the past 9 years. He's been divorced with his wife.
Exactly. He's just like throwing like sweatshirts off the couch and stuff.
It's like, you like Hungry Man? We're having Hungry Man tonight. I know, I said I'd cook. We're having Hungry Man.
Listen. Somebody cooked it, all right? The microwave works. You're a growing boy.
Yeah.
You'll take this.
And Marie Calendar. Whoa, what are we rolling in money?
What do we look like, Mr. Moneybags to you? You know that bitch of your mother took all my took all my every time I had to go to my father's house, my father's apartment.
Yeah.
He would just like it would be like, oh, I used to have money before I was married to your mom. I was like, I'm 7. I was like, I don't know if this diatribe is gonna work on me, sir.
Do your parents ever hit you with the like that bitch is always yelling at me? Has she talked about me though? Is she saying anything? Like,
literally, it would be like,
what's she saying?
Yeah, she'd be like, before I was married, everything made sense. By the way, her new boyfriend, kind of a dick, right? And I was like, I don't like him, but I don't like you either.
You ever getting in trouble for like just some offhanded thing you didn't even think would mean anything, where you're like, all right, I packed you PB&J, and it's like, oh man, like mom always gives me the crunchy peanut butter. It's like,
that was legitimate anger in that. The dogs are terrified. I think Danny understands that me and him both just got sent new desks from #Secret Labs. And it's the Attack on Titan desk. It's out now. Does this count as my one piece of media talking about it? Let's say it does.
God, I hope.
But yeah, that's fingers crossed. And so Danny's just trying to actively break the titty desks at this point. He's trying to get rid of them.
That was Nick's very nice way of being like, don't do that shit again.
Listen, these desks.
You had such panic in your
These
eyes.
desks were $140 each. The stickers are worth much more than that.
Yeah.
You almost broke the fuck racism sticker too. So that's a cancelable offense.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. That's my activism.
Yeah.
We got them, ladies and gentlemen.
Solidarity.
Yeah, I know. I've absolutely. But speaking of being affected by things in the world.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. A little layup
Little
there.
alley-oop.
Are influencers? Are they?
I'll let you.
Are
lead this
influencers in a worse position? Are influencers the most effective? How hurt are influencers right now? Is I guess what I'm trying to get across. Like 1 to 10, how hard is it to be an influencer right now, Daniel?
I wish we did this podcast yesterday, because it did genuinely get harder today.
Okay.
But here's what you're very like very bitchily like trying to weasel into. So like without giving names.
No names.
Boy oh boy, are influencers having a panic.
We're not having a grandiose time.
It's a great time to invest in anime. Let me tell you, buy anime, sell
also because of
media.
the way we make our money. But yes.
Yeah, true. Being a YouTuber helps way more.
Or just a TikToker nowadays.
Yeah, it helps a lot more. Here's the thing. So for those of you who don't know or haven't been keeping up with every influencer that covers media, every single influencer to cover media, it is a panic fest right now because of the writer's strike and the actor's strike.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, do I have some seething opinions on it.
I would love to hear them. Absolutely. So, we kind of exist somewhat in this circle. Me and Danny go to the occasional premiere when like a more popular friend is like, let's get the inside people out there. Yeah. And like me and Danny have to like put together like our nicest outfits and be like, I hope they like me.
I'm like getting to the point where like, if you look at every photo I've taken at a premiere, which is like 5 or 6 like photos now, you can track the fact that I own 2 nice outfits. Like I'm really like...
It's brown suit, and that might be it, actually.
Yeah, this has come at the perfect time because now premieres are getting shut down, so, like, no one has to see me in my one goofy outfit.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's like, oh, look, Danny put his nice pants on.
Yeah, I have time to save up for a third outfit.
Yeah, you're like a 1920s, like, businessman being like, time to put on the Sunday best and go mow the lawn.
I look like a 1920s oil baron is the problem. I've got my waistband up to my lower ribs, and I'm just like, allow me to introduce you to my child, HW.
We struck oil out in the western counties.
Yeah, meanwhile, my friends are like, that's Jay Stoob. Stop embarrassing yourself.
Why are you sweating so much?
No, so yeah, the writer strike is happening right now, and influencers cared to the extent of like, oh, like, I stand with the writers, but anyway, back to your usually scheduled program.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for some reason, after the actors have also striked or struck, or one of them.
Stricketh, I believe is the word you're looking for, yeah.
After they struck with an umlaut.
Yeah.
Now influencers, like, the actors struck, and for like 2 days, there was like this big holiday where influencers came out, and instead of being like, the actors struck, here's what this means for like the strike, they were like, here's what's gonna happen with my channel. Here's how this affects me. And it was wild. It was like really uncomfortable to see because now we're in a second wave where like there was a backlash over that because all of the audience members were like, why are you making this about yourself?
Holy shit, is it not about you?
Yeah, like what is this?
This would be like if the firemen union were like, we would like to stop fighting fires. And I was like, I need you guys to understand.
Yeah. I'm going to keep interviewing fire.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? How do you wish they would come back? You don't? Okay.
I'm going to keep going to parties on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, yeah.
But like, so like, there was backlash because people are like, why? Like, no one really asked, why are you making this about yourself?
Yeah.
Like, this is really weird. And then all these influencers like doubled down and were like, well, it's like okay for me to keep like going to premieres and promoting studios and stuff. Like, what I do doesn't affect what they do, which was
nope. Swing and a miss.
Yeah. It's like the whole problem started, it all stemmed from influencers saying anything.
Yeah.
It's like if they just kept, I really think people would have an understanding of like, oh, you're just media journalists or whatever.
Exactly.
If you just didn't bring it up and kept being like, Oppenheimer was good, no one would care. But it's the fact that they like wanted to be like, oh, I'm like a champion of the people. And also I'm going to keep being a Disney show.
I don't know if Universal decides to pay me $7,000 to produce the new AI generated movie.
Yeah.
I gotta eat, you know? Like, it's like, okay, that's the line.
Yeah.
You know? That is the line.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm in the same camp. Obviously, it doesn't affect us, like, at all. We're not, like, first off, the reason we're talking about this is because it has a lot to do with anime, and we'll get to that in, like, 30 seconds. But, like, we don't get paid to go to, we've never been paid to go to a premiere. We go to a premiere because it's Thursday night, and we're like, I don't know, I like to look hot tonight.
It's only ever been just fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally that. But like there is influencers, and a lot of them, surprisingly, whose entire yearly profit is tied into the fact that they go to premieres and shit like that. And to those people, I say, I don't know, make a TikTok. Like, I get currently 100,000 views on a minute in 1 second video TikTok. And by the way, if any person getting invited to premieres has enough followers to be in the beta program, is what, like $100, $1,000?
Yeah, it's like right now, like TikTok has updated its like payment situation to where now it's roughly like $1 per thousand views,
which is pretty good.
Huge. Yeah, which is crazy.
It's not bad at all. And like your video just has to be longer than a minute. You also have to have like 10,000 followers and a couple of other things. It's just like, okay, oh no, how am I gonna, I don't know, get creative. Like do something else. Like what are actors doing right now?
It's definitely tough that like to have pigeonholed yourself in a position where if Disney doesn't like you, you go broke.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. That's the only reason that I like have been thrown into a tizzy about it, is that it's like you have these influencers who are like, it's like just the attitude where you have them being like, oh, I'm not like, I don't get paid to make good reviews. Like, I'm a man of the people. I'm not a Disney like shill or anything.
Yeah.
No one like. Everyone knows you're like a Disney employee.
It's so weird to rally against that thought because it's like, oh, of course they don't pay me for like a good review, and then like it's like like Mickey Mouse standing with a shotgun behind you, like, oh, you could go back to working fast food.
Well, yeah, you have people being like, I don't get paid by Disney to be nice to Disney, and then now it's like, well, I can't like stop being nice to Disney. I'll stop eating, and they'll stop feeding me. And it's like.
I have to go back to my regular person job. And it's like, it's like you don't get paid to give a good review, but your relationship with studios hinges on you not being like Oppenheimer, more like Oppenheimer.
Let's go.
Because this was a bloody mess. Like that was the best I could do on the spot. I thought it was pretty good.
Tag in. More like Operation, because that was a bloody mess.
There we go.
That's a little better.
Not bad at all.
Oppenheimer. Shit.
Oppenheimer, more like this is the second worst thing that Nuke has ever done.
Jesus Christ.
Boy.
No, it's just like, it's just this weird like attitude of like, just be a movie journalist. Just be a Disney employee. Like,
just lean into it.
No one who watches these like creators who like just make content like, get ready with me to go to Disney. If that's your whole content,
which exists, by the way,
yeah. Which we've played volleyball with people like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
If your whole content is like, I go to Disney, here's me at Disney, no one is like, oh, you're not a Disney fanboy.
Yeah.
Be a Disney fan. Like, it's okay. Don't come out and be like, I'm gonna be with the strikers, like, hand in hand to death. I mean, I'm not gonna go to the picket lines. I'm gonna keep funding Disney.
Yeah.
But I'm with the strikers.
Listen, if they need me at a premiere, like, I'll be there. Like, I can't say no. If you say no, then you stop getting invited. So it's insanely weird. But the reason that me and Danny are talking about it is because, has there never been a better time to get into anime?
Yeah.
But at the same time,
boy, do they need to strike.
But like that's the follow-up thing. My exact note was actor strike, more people come into anime. Good thing Japanese people are willing to die for media. That was the line.
I really want the supercut of like this rant, this like really aggressive, bitter rant from our like glass towers on every other content creator. I want the supercut of that immediately to 6 months later when there's like an anime strike and we're like, I have to eat. I can't stop watching anime.
You want me to say goodbye to JJK? No, all right. But like, the thing is though, like technically with the way that our schedules and work schedule work, even if anime went on, like I fucking do it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. Like, oh no, new anime does. I guess it's like more. It's like you react to new stuff. Go to the back catalog. Watch Neon Genesis.
I'm watching Full Metal Alchemist and Avatar right now.
Yeah.
Like, watch old stuff. Make video game. Like, move to a different thing. Like, broaden. That's what I mean. It's like, if not, like, I don't want any creator to like be financially hurt or like stressed about all this. Like, because again, I really think if every creator just stopped talking about, like, stop making it about themselves.
It's like the stepson of the billionaire on the submarine being like, I'm going to a Blink. He would want me at this Blink 81 too. Like, don't post.
No one would hate that kid if he just shut up about it.
It's
like,
so easy to not say shit online. I do it almost every day. Like, every thought I had pop into my head, I'm like, I could blast that out to my 800,000 followers on TikTok. And I'm like, probably a bad idea, you know?
But it's like, it is... At the very least, I wonder if this will be like a warning to creators about niching too hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's why I do like, right now I'm doing like a short film watch where it's like, I find cool short films and try and spread it. And like, I am growing my video game channel. And it's like, you like try and sell your personality rather than the content. I'm Disney.
Yeah, like, literally. If you like Marvel, you'll love me. Like, that's kind of what I had to do with NC Hammer to the Weeb Commander. As I was like, I cannot talk about Naruto the rest of my life. I'll kill myself. And so like, I built up a personality on TikTok and on Twitch that like got sticky. And then I brought sticky is a good word for it.
Got sticky.
It did. It got sticky. Okay, because like TikTok is
everyone check out the Weeb Commander, Nick's stickiest.
Listen, if you're I know all of my stickiest fans are over on the Weeb Commander. No.
How's it going, Sticky Dickies? Welcome to episode 30 of the Weeb Commander.
Well, my Hyman heroes.
This is an unusable.
Disgusting.
video.
The second Lost podcast. So, fixated.
How's it going, my sticky dickies and torn hymens?
Hymen heroes. Get it right. Those are my fans, you dick.
I'm just nervous.
Right? You never know. But anyways, so yes, there's never been a better time to get into anime. But like usually I'm all for like, yeah, man, come and watch anime. But I'm thinking like, I think it might be Gatekeeper. I think I might lean into a gatekeeping arc.
I posted that video where I was like, yeah, like great time to move to anime. And like just before I hit send, I was like, do I want the competition? Like, will my anime friends come at me now? Where it's like, you're letting all these normies in.
Yeah, like I was like, I would love more people watching my shit, but at the same time, there's some people out there with VFX skill. Like, it's just like just an ability to like orate that just do like Marvel shit. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we just get toxic.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna start undercutting people, you know? Like I'm just gonna go after some necks. But no, like actually, like this is like, listen, if you're
don't
I know. I had to scratch my throat.
We have two people here. Like,
I know.
pass the baton to me and then drink.
I want to talk about the fact that we have two people in a second because I stumbled upon something. But like, I'm not.
Is this new information to you?
No. There's usually like the dogs are usually an addition.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh, I would like genuinely. If you're like, what do I watch? I don't know why you would be listening to this podcast, but if you're like, what do I watch?
Yeah.
Just go back and watch anime.
No one listening to this podcast is like, should I get into anime?
Yeah, like, I don't, I'm a different, some people do. Some people watch my, like, I got a comment the other day that somebody was like, I love NC Hammer. I've never seen Naruto, but he puts me to sleep. And I was like, how did you even get to me? I was like, what series and processes had to happen for you to occur, like happening onto my page? But yeah, I guess if you have friends in your life who don't watch anime, there's never been a better time for you to be like, listen, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is better than anything Marvel's ever created, you know? So like, go watch anime, go get into it. And like, also there's like, I don't know, who knows how long the strike will go on. I hope it goes on long enough that the workers get what they need. Like, I'm always down for a unionization, but like, there's an insane catalog of anime. An insane catalog of anime.
And it's so varied. Like, it's not just... That's why I really think this could be good for anime if, like, people genuinely start turning to it. Because the average person thinks anime is just Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, they think it's just,
like a dude with, like, leather bands and a big, like, just, like, screaming about cards.
Like, they think it's just... It's like my dad used to walk in on me watching Toonami and, he'd, like, just toss a hungry man onto my bed and be like...
Feed yourself, you fucking animal.
He'd just be like, yeah, he's from Boston. How'd you know? That's crazy.
Because you were from Connecticut,
But he'd just come in and he'd be like... He'd like look at like me watching Pokemon and be like, oh, he's like, why do they always have to fight? Did Fuchida finally win? And I'm like, Dad, you're getting it all so wrong. Stop trying to relate to me.
You're all
He'd be like, is Yu-Gi-Oh fighting Fujita yet? And I'm like, why are they all soft G's? Like
why are you trying to know me? Go away. There's a beach scene in 3 minutes. I need you out of here.
Please.
But yeah, no. So like, it's just like, I wonder if we'll begin to see the waves because like anime's already working its way into the mainstream and like it has been for a long time. So like, if this is the catalyst that like, cause like Dorothy's she's the case study for this. Cause like, she's like, I don't like it when they yell their moves out. And I'm like, fair, genuinely, like it's stupid. And then like I show her, we're watching Spy Family right now. We're 21 episodes in.
You've been saying that for like almost a year now.
Do you know how goddamn busy? Oh, Mr. I haven't seen the second episode of Zom 100. I have shit going on. We don't have free time. We're just on the East Coast for a week.
No free time, going on vacation every week. What do you think free time is?
What do you mean every week?
You go on vacation like every week. Where were you 2 weeks ago? Road tripping.
That was like a month ago, and you know that.
Untrue.
I was also hardly a vacation. I was supporting a friend. He was like, I'm gonna be so lonely on this long and arduous path. I hope I don't crash.
You were on vacation as frequently as you are not.
Genuinely, it's a 70-30 split. I would say listen, I have a big, I don't go on vacation until September. So excited.
Oh, poor you.
So excited. No, I need to be home.
Yeah.
I am so sick of not being home. I'm like so done with it. This summer, like even like a couple, like 4 or 5 months ago, I was like looking at this summer and like people were just like, we need to do this. We need to do this. And I was like, I just like saw chunks of my summer disappearing, and I was like, I'm never gonna be fucking home. So I don't have to go anywhere until September, and I may not even get my visa. So I actually may not be going anywhere until February. Wow. Like the hottest non-sexual thing somebody's ever said to me. Like I'm so excited to go nowhere, dude. I want to go. I want to go in September because I would be meeting Dorothy's family in China and all that. But like,
imagine having too many vacations, everybody.
It's not even like
imagine.
I like working. I genuinely do like working. I like making this podcast.
Imagine having no free time because you're vacationing too hard.
I vacationed so hard. So hard. Actually, this was the softest I've ever vacationed. I spent like 3 days on a beach. I did nothing. I drank high noons. I got tan. I played tennis with my mom. I almost didn't want to leave. I miss the East Coast, man.
Yeah.
Where'd
you go?
Muggy as fuck. I was on the Cape.
Gotcha.
But like, it's just like it's slow.
Yeah.
It's slow.
It's very slow. It's uncongested.
Nobody asked me what my Instagram was the whole time I was there. It was so...
Imagine.
So
poor
nice.
Nick. Poor Nick.
But yeah, so anime is on the up and up, and I guess is that the end of our closed opening or closed opening? Closed opening.
Wow.
Yes. I'm Nick, also known as NCAmer23, also known as the Weeb Commander, also known as a man who's now posting 1 and 1 second TikToks because that shit pays.
I'm so hard on the TikTok grind now. Like it is like the TikTok renaissance because they are paying.
You
again.
make more on TikTok than you do on YouTube. Well, you did last I checked.
I make like roughly the same now.
Which
it like
is crazy.
matches, which is a lot, which is like a good amount. Like
because your Full Metal Alchemist stuff is doing super well.
Yeah, and it's fun too. It's so nice to like be reacting to a show I enjoy. It's always tough when like I put out a video.
That feels like you're subtweeting something a little bit there.
What do you mean?
It was like, just like so good to be watching a show that's like, oh, I don't know, like good on like Angel Beats or something like that. You know, it's like, oh, it's like a show I enjoy.
It's just tough whenever I like am releasing a video that like, or I'm locked into either a show I'm not really into or it doesn't do well.
Yeah.
It's like, oh god,
it's a death
like,
spiral.
Yeah, it's
because you're like, I can't. If I quit, I'm a quitter. Like I gotta get to
like
the end.
I gotta just finish it. Then I'll have people being like, finish Banana Fish for the rest of my life, which I'm halfway through still, and I gotta finish.
Have you been reacting to the new Bungo Stray Dogs?
No, I'm waiting for the dub just for consistency.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Does that affect you?
It's
like, oh, everyone, like, oh, we've already seen the reactions. We got the sub reactors first.
I don't know. It's weird. I can never tell. You can never predict because like Chainsaw Man, terrible. Like didn't do well
the
at
dub
all.
Was just bad.
No, did sub, just didn't do well.
Oh.
Jujutsu Kaisen, fine. Did okay. Not huge considering it's Jujutsu Kaisen. But like I think because I've done like so many of my like running jokes have to do with like the voice actors of Bungo Stray Dogs. Like I've done seasons 1 through 4 of the dub. I think people are like just want that now. And it's also just easier on the viewer. Like
I guess, yeah.
Nobody wants to, it's like it'll be footage of me, like full screen me, and then like 5 seconds, all of a sudden subtitles, like get your eyes to the ground, read this shit back to me.
I don't know, if you're into anime, I feel like you should be able to pull that off.
But if you're watching an anime, your eyes are typically on the bottom of the screen for like most of the episode.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
By the way, speaking of Bungo Stray Dogs, did you see that? Did you see the TikTok? A lady made a TikTok and she was like, "Man, I hate alpha male podcasts, but I love Nick and Danny." And I was like, "Beta shit."
That made my year.
It made
that
my
was
day
the
so much.
sweetest thing ever. She had me in the beginning.
I was
ready
terrified.
I was ready to call you and be like, "We have to stop."
I didn't know. I was like, "Have we said controversial things?" I was
she was like because the way this TikTok goes, it's this girl, incredibly sweet, being like, I have made videos before about how like every toxic male is making a podcast.
She was like, men don't need podcasts.
Yeah, like,
and I was like, we're tagged in this.
Yeah, we're tagged. We're the only people tagged. And I'm like, why do I have 8 people tagging me in this? Why did Nick send me this?
Yeah.
And she's like, they don't need it. And then she's like, now when I say this, and then it's like us in the background, she's like, I am not talking about Nick and Danny. Yeah. And I'm like, just like putting my gun back in its drawer. Like,
okay, we're good. Okay, fine.
Yeah, like deleting how to tie noose.
Yeah. I already know.
Yeah, it was so sweet. It was adorable. And then I like DM'd her and I was like, that was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. And then she goes, the scream I just scrumped. And I was like, I'm stealing that.
That's mine now.
Yeah.
It was like that girl I met that you didn't end up seeing. She commented and was very nice. She was like, I really thought I fucked that up. And I was like, listen, we're more nervous than you are.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, wow, you look nice today. And like somehow it's like, you just told a woman like something wrong. And it's like, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to be polite here.
Every interaction is a
you're like, I don't want to see like a TikTok of like Nick slapped me at like Anime Expo. Like I didn't do it. I'm sorry.
I would love that if anyone ever runs into us and like posts a video of that interaction, I want you to Photoshop somehow like an incredibly incriminating thumbnail where it's like
me with like cocaine on my nose or something.
Like the actual video is like me like
incredibly innocuous.
Yeah, like my arm around the shoulder being like, all right, let's take a picture.
Danny Fondle's fan.
Yeah, and it's just like the thumbnail is somehow me just like ready to smack, like
it's just like the scene of you about to smash my desk, but like their face under it.
Yeah,
that'd be really good. So yeah, like get me and Danny canceled. Don't please
us.
for the please don't do that.
Please,
actually,
please.
I want to talk about some media if you'd like anime. Are you watching? Are you caught up with JJK? Did you see?
Okay, we can.
Yeah, we can talk about anime.
Yeah.
Have you seen the second episode?
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes.
Or
no. Yes. But like it's a very I have complicated feelings about JJK, and I didn't understand how complicated my feelings were about JJK until I watched Bleach.
Okay.
There's 3 anime right now that I'm watching. It's
Yeah.
Zom 100, JJK, and Bleach.
Yeah.
And I would say directorially, JJK is the most unique out of all of them. Art-wise, Zom 100 is the most unique out of all of them because like, like the paint and just the direction and all that. And then Bleach is the prettiest out of all of them, but it's directed in the most straightforward way.
Right.
And so it's so weird to have these 3 anime running concurrently that are all unique in their own rights. And like because of it, like I feel like I have to go into these anime experiences in an individualistic way.
Yeah.
So like I watched all 3 of them today. I was eating breakfast. So I watched JJK first, Zom 100, and then Bleach.
Yeah.
And when I'm watching JJK, the notes I wrote were the direction style of JJK season 2 was so unique. I can't tell if it's for the better. Orchestral music, lengthy pauses to build tension, incredibly unique, almost like Super Cooks. And like the music direction of JJK this season, vastly different.
So different. Yeah, they had the like choir, like a little girl choir, like cutting over like some of the action bits. And I was like, this would not happen in season 1.
No, because season 1 was straight-laced. It's like incredibly straight-laced. It was good. The animation was good, but it was telling anime in a very anime-centric way.
Yeah.
This season, between like the lengthy pauses, the switches in animation at certain times, because there's times when that season 1 animation comes back, but then there's other times where it's like looser moments.
Yeah.
And like it's like you can tell the animation quality isn't. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just not like that's super polished.
I think they sacrifice detail for fluidity, like Mob Psycho.
Yeah. Because like there's definitely like the Yotapon cubes moments, like those kinds of things where they blow out the side of the building. And like and so like I was like, I don't know if this is for the better. It's like it's so unique. And then I go and I watch Zom 100, which is like a comedy, but like the art style is unique. But there's nothing like the music isn't unique. There's not like it's a comedy anime in the apocalypse. It's good, but it's not like cutting any new roads, you know?
Yeah.
And then I watch Bleach, which is like a straightforward one-to-one like telling exactly.
It's more Bleach.
Literally, it's like it's a one-to-one telling of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc in the exact way that your brain would anticipate it would be told.
Yeah,
like it's like there's not like any like unique music. Like it's like Hitsugaya against like Beta B or whatever like the Stern writer's name is, and like it's cool. The action sequences are great. The animation is some of the best I've ever seen. But I'm watching Bleach, and I'm getting eerily like nostalgic for what I was experiencing in JJK, because I feel like when I like Bleach is great, but like it's such a straightforward experience. Watching JJK and the fact that it made me feel and think was like really cool. Like the fact that the direction has been brought to such a degree that it feels unique from its like self, which I think is like, kind of impressive because like this season is inherently very different from season 1.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have thouts about this, and you're the director.
It's a combination between like our snorting warthog over here, and
Wagyu is reverse sneezing,
and then also you being like challenged for the first time, and you're like seemingly.
I've watched very like like very like, you know, artsy anime before.
Yeah.
It's just like I didn't expect it from JJK.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting coming from what is essentially the new Naruto. Like it's like in terms of size, like I'd say JJK is the biggest anime on earth right now. And so like seeing that,
probably like next to Demon Slayer.
I would say, yeah, it's kind of 1 and 2.
Or Attack on Titan. I think those are our big 3. Attack on Titan's huge. We just got fucking desks for it.
No, you're right. I'm not like speculating because like I'm like trying to prove you wrong. I'm just trying to think of like what my big 3 would be.
I think financially and like global appeal, I really think Attack on Titan's on top.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
it's definitely on top.
I don't think anyone has been like people I went to college with who had no interest in anime.
Yeah.
Have been like, I started with Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Like, now we'll get into other stuff. That not the case with Demon Slayer, not the case with
Attack on Titan
JJK.
is a college dude's first anime. Every single time.
I know like women who have gotten into it.
Really?
That's the big like that's where I'm like women are watching.
I feel like more women have gotten into Demon Slayer because I see a lot of women in the female like in the Demon Slayer community.
Maybe. I mean, just like from my like very anecdotal experience, I like women have used Attack on Titan as their gateway one for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's like because there's a more horror appeal than action.
Fair. Women love like true crime, horror. If it like makes them like stay up at night being like, is somebody coming through the windows? They love that shit.
And we know women.
Yeah, listen, I've talked to at least one.
Yeah, no, but like demographic wise, like if we're doing like market research, like that's very true.
Yeah.
But like, what's it called? So I think it was Attack on Titan. I think like financially and fiscally,
I think it's Demon Slayer.
It's Demon Slayer
because of Mugen Train. Because
yeah.
I like. Also, I think it outsold One Piece for a little bit manga wise. I don't think it's doing that anymore. But
I think season 3 made like tricked people into being like Demon Slayer's not that big. Like this was a lull. It's still huge.
Yeah.
Like and then JJK I think beats like anything else. Yeah, like
I think Vinland Saga's up there. Chainsaw Man is up there. It's just like. It's only got 12 episodes.
Yeah.
You know, so like it's hard to compare it to Demon Slayer, which is on its heading into its 4th season. Attack on Titan, which is almost done. The thing is, it's so tough because Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto all came out within like all started the anime within 2 or 3 years of each other. I think Bleach was the last. It was like 2004.
Yeah.
And then Naruto was 2002, and I think One Piece was straight up 2000.
Well, and they were also coming out every week.
Yeah.
So whereas like it felt like these 3 were these were anime, like the embodiment of anime, like what's good right now.
Yeah.
Whereas right now it's like literally every 3 months we get like 2 or 3 banging anime, but they only last for 12 episodes or 24.
Or 24, yeah.
So it's like I feel like the general public and like people just generally being toxic, I feel like people will be like, whereas with Naruto, when it was coming out every day or every week for decades.
Like literally from what? Like I think it ended in 2017, 17 years.
Yeah, because Naruto was always happening, people would be like, oh, Naruto's on top year after year after year. I think like Demon Slayer will come out with the season. People will be like, Demon Slayer's on top. It's huge. 2 months later, a new anime is out.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer's ass, man. No one's even talking about it.
It's so overhyped, man. Animation hard carries. Like the thing is, I'm the kind of person, if an anime is not currently on, I forget it exists. Attack on Titan.
Too.
If you hadn't brought Attack on Titan up, I wouldn't have remembered it.
No, and that's because but I genuinely think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's because so much good shit is coming out.
Oh yeah.
Like every 3 months, everyone's like, this is the biggest anime.
Yeah.
And it's because they're all good.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah.
I would say JJK is the biggest only because that's my favorite, but Attack on Titan is undeniably bigger than JJK. Like I have friends who like don't watch anime, but they've seen Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
They're like I got caught up in season 3 and then like all of that, and I'm like, oh my god, like let's talk about it. Like anytime I tell somebody like I do anime, they're like, oh, like I've seen Attack on Titan. I'm like, yeah, of course, like everybody has. So like, and it's so weird to me that Attack on Titan is the one that does it because it's a mech anime.
It's
like,
weird.
It's not like I would assume it'd be Spy Family or like, you know, like I don't know, not Naruto because it's such like a time sink.
Yeah, what do you think the most like if you were like executive?
I've seen one anime.
No, look, yes, you're an executive. Anime hasn't dropped. Period. There's no anime. You have like 50 people coming and pitching you anime.
Gotcha.
Of every anime of all time, what is the one that you're like, this has the most mainstream appeal? Wait, we got a blue. So think on it.
Oh, I've been thinking on it my whole life. So all anime ever, most mainstream appeal to like an entire worldwide market.
Yeah, if you're like, this is gonna be the Game of Thrones of anime, where like your like high school teachers, popular kids, anyone is gonna be into it.
See, it's so tough to say that because, like, obviously, like Naruto is the most worldwide known anime. That and One Piece, I would say, like those are your best choices. Yeah. But at the same time, if I'm pitching one anime to the world and I'm like, it's 700 anime, it's 700 episodes, 400 of the episodes you don't really need to watch. Like, that's not gonna be great for people. So, like, I think it's gotta be something from the new gen, which is crazy to say.
I think if Naruto came out now and it was like, polished, like
cut,
yeah, it was coming out like, like the manga was done, so no filler, and it's like, My Hero or like Demon Slayer animation, like modern animation, I think it would really blow up.
If you gave me Naruto Kai as an option, absolutely.
I think it'd blow up. I don't think Naruto would be a bad option because I don't think the pitch is get ready for 1 billion episodes.
So like you're giving it one at a time.
Yeah. Like seasons.
My thing is though, Naruto is so anime though.
Yeah.
It's like, like Raseng, like shit like that. It's like it is people calling out their moves. Like that's the thing. And so I think a big appeal of Attack on Titan is the fact that one, it's political. Two, it deals with real world themes. Like it's tied into World War II, basically. Like there's no like, it's like Eren like biting himself, which is silly because he could just bite his cheek, but like he's not calling out like Titan go, like shit like that. So like I think Attack on Titan is a really good choice. I think the visual spectacle of a Demon Slayer is also a really good choice. It would be Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer, honestly. And like if you gave me Naruto Kai as an option, it's a good choice. But if we're talking like a shit I want to show my mom, like she's not getting into Naruto.
I agree. I think Attack on Titan's appeal may be that like it's not like person versus like villain technically. Like so many anime is like, like this arc where like Naruto fights like the Akatsuki, Naruto fights Gaara. Like it's the opening premise because eventually you get villains. Yeah. But the opening, like the first season is like, it's not like a battle anime. It's like a mystery. It's a horror. Yeah. It's a thriller. It's like, we have this weird premise, these giant monsters, really cool gear. What are they? How do we figure this out? You know?
I think that's kind of like what brings a lot of people to One Piece, though, is because while it is at its core also kind of like we need to make our ways through the emperors and the warlords and the navy, it's also like we need to make our way through an oppressive system and like get to an end destination. All right. Cut it out.
Explain what just happened.
There's one bone, but there's 2 dogs, and so Wagyu is growling at Neutron because Neutron wants his bone.
Well, Neutron just very lazily had his paw on Wagyu, and Wagyu's still chewing the bone, but like growling consistently. It was very funny.
Who ends up with the bone? This is how you start a pit bull fighting ring, ladies and gentlemen. 2 dogs, 1 bone.
Buy a second bone.
There's a second bone downstairs. There is. You think there's a bone shortage in this household? They just decide. I give them
the
both
market crashed.
I give them both a bone, and then one of them is like, "This is the good bone," and the other one's like, "Ah, fuck, I think you're right." And then they just look at each other until like Wacky will get up because like he'll want a pet or something, and then Neutron will take the bone when he leaves the bone, and then he'll go chew it until it's just a revolving door of who was the last person to touch it, like you're in Skyrim picking up the goddamn orb.
I'm so clearly talking to a man who has been sick of this shit for days already.
I know
you think I haven't thought of this shit?
You think I haven't played these scenarios out?
A second bone! Oh my god! Call the presses! Who would have thought of that?
I thought you could only have one. I thought we were relegated down. I thought there was a shortage, like it was gas in the 70s.
Came at me so hard.
I'm sorry. It's very much a sore spot.
I think if Death Note came out now with like how
we're off we're not gonna do another 10 minutes on my dogs.
Do you want to do more material?
No, please.
I think Death Note, if it came out today with how like accepted, like widely accepted anime is, I think Death Note would blow up. I'm a little surprised Chainsaw Man didn't.
Why?
I don't know.
Think about Chainsaw. Listen, we love Chainsaw Man because monkey brain go burr, but like
Chainsaw Man's smart.
but it doesn't sound like it.
I think
Oshinoko is smart, but try pitching it to your mother.
I think the first 3 episodes of Chainsaw Man are too steep of a hurdle, because every time I've had to show it to people, I'm like, wait, the fan service stuff is smart. It's like, it's for a purpose. It's for
a pervasion of the anime tropes. Yeah. They're trying to
it's like get to episode 5, and not a lot of people will do that.
Yeah.
But
it's like saying that, like, oh, I don't know, SAO is a really bad example, but like it's just like trying when you have to go up. But listen, it's B stars. It's just get through the bunny tits. Just work.
True, B stars.
We have a barrier. Like we've gotten numb to these kinds of things where we can be like, oh, her shirt's off.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny though. All right, you two are getting out. You two are getting out. Come on. Out.
You know, good on Wagyu though that he's like not fighting. Like, you got lucky with the.
Oh yeah, no, they're best friends.
Yeah, that's good.
But they do get territorial over Bones. But yeah, so
I just want to ask about your JJK thing, like wrapping back real quick, because it's very interesting what you're saying about.
It was I opened up to you and I was like, I'm gonna say directorial things to Danny, because here's the thing, I didn't used to notice these kinds of things, Danny. I would just go, weird animation, and then that would be the end of the thought. But here I am, I'm taking notes. I'm like, wow, the music direction, the long pauses to build tension, and the fluidity of it. I can really sense the direction has changed. And you're like,
Did I hurt your feelings? Did I hurt your feelings? No, you don't sound stupid, but it's funny. It's almost like watching the Grinch go through the bit where he's like, I'm feeling
my heart.
It's like,
I don't get it.
It's just funny that, like, because when you opened up with it, you're like, yeah, like the animation, the music is so unique and it's so like atypical of regular anime, and I think I like it. I'm like, oh, look at baby watching his first artsy thing.
Look at it's like his first A24 film, just being like, I'm like Frank watching Frank watching, oh my god, Max dance routine. I'm like, oh my god, I get it.
Well, it's like, but I'm not like, oh, what an idiot. I'm like, yeah, come on, you're so close, you got it.
Get out. And then I'm like, time to go watch High School DxD to purge the brain.
Time to watch Rosario plus a vampire.
Absolutely, get that shit in there, dude.
But no, I'm genuinely like fascinated on if you like it. Mm-hmm. Like, do you like that? Because I kind of dig that it's doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm really afraid. I'm really holding out to see what Chainsaw Man season 2 looks like, and now Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 looks like, because Jujutsu Kaisen financially apparently like did not do well in Japan. And Mappa like refuses to confirm a season 2.
Yeah.
Which has me spooked.
Wait, Jujutsu Kaisen or Chainsaw Man?
Chainsaw Man, sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah.
They refused to confirm a season 2 of Chainsaw Man. It didn't do well in Japan. Not as well as Jujutsu Kaisen. They were hoping it would.
Yeah.
And like, I'm afraid that like season 2 of Chainsaw Man's gonna come out like season 4 of Attack on Titan, where they just like are like,
take it, fucking
yeah,
you
like,
got it.
Here's half the budget, give us double the episodes.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, there goes all the, like, now it's gonna look like Bleach season 2.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, just like streaky lines, you know, like shit like that.
But that's why I like wonder if like they did the artsy shit with Chainsaw Man, and like Mappa, like obviously Jujutsu Kaisen was being worked on like close to when Chainsaw Man was. I wonder if Mappa was like, yeah, like this is sick. Like let's do that. Let's give ourselves an identity.
Yeah.
Because that's what it did. It's like, before you look at a Mappa anime and it's like, I can tell this is Mappa because I can see it.
It's
like,
nice. It's nice to look at, but it's like it's like looking at a picture of like, you know, a city, and you're like, I could have taken this photo,
like,
you know?
It's like, so I'm just grabbing at things to feel.
Totally fine.
But like, but it's like the only thing Mappa had going for it in terms of like, this is a Mappa anime, is that it looks like every other Mappa anime.
Yeah.
Like Vinland Saga season 2 looks like Attack on Titan season 4.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man gave Mappa Studios like an identity. And Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 carries that identity with the weird music and the like methodical but creepy pacing. And so I'm hoping that like there isn't like a backlash of like, why is Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 weird? Go back to the other thing. I want this to stay. I'm so afraid of it not.
I genuinely think it could go either way.
I do too.
That's why, because like there is people like me who are like, who have been watching the SAOs of the world and like Naruto for 1,000 episodes. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Are you in favor? Like, which would you rather?
Well, so that's the thing is like watching Bleach, which is very straight laced, made me realize I am massively in favor of it. Cause like I'm watching Bleach and I'm like, this isn't like, I like it. It's cool, but it's not invoking anything in me.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, I'm not like, I don't like, it's awesome to watch Captain Hitsugaya battle against a Stern Rider. And like, obviously like it looks great. They're putting so much money into it. But like the entire thing is like they also, I mean, there is direction in Bleach 1000. Like I don't want to say that like it's like, you know, this cookie cutter thing. Like they have like a whole blue color palette. Like all of the Stern Raiders are dealing in shadows and all of these kinds of things. It's like it looks great. Like the direction is obviously there, but at the same time, like JJK is just trying things. Yeah. And that is what I'm enjoying. And like I'm also like with Bleach coming out beside JJK and Zom 100 simultaneously, it just feels not like it's not doing enough, but it just feels like it's following the formula.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the formula works. It's got us here, you know? But like, it's just nice to see something that's like outside of the norm. Yeah. And I think I'm curious because with JJK, I wonder if the direction is shifted because we're in the past. And once we return to the Shibuya incident, if like we're going to get like straight laced JJK again. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I do wonder if Mappa was trying to be like, this is going to be our shtick now. Yeah. Like, especially because, I mean, it helps that JJK and Chainsaw Man are so similar in that it's like teens fighting spooky ghouls.
Yeah, exactly.
But so like I don't know. It could be that. It could be that they're trying like to form an identity. I don't know. But
But think about how every studio has a thing. Like Wit is known for breathtaking animation. Studio Trigger is known for like insane action.
Well, that's exactly is that like Wit. It's not just not to like director at you, but it's not just animation for like Trigger, right? Trigger has a feel when they're like Studio Trigger is gonna make the cyberpunk anime. It's not just that it's gonna look like Studio Trigger, it's that it's gonna have like insane energy. It's gonna be like really bombastic. Like there is a like direction that comes with like Studio Trigger rather than just like, oh, it's the colors from Promare, you know?
Yeah, like I think, but the thing is like directing a feel in anime is so hard to do. Like that's the thing is like having an identifiable feel. Like it's like and that's something that I feel like Mappa Anime hadn't been able to do even in JJK season 1. Like it looked great and like, you know, like the aura being blue and all of that was like really good, but like directing a feel, like making you uncomfortable with music, making you uncomfortable with a pause, like or the way you frame a shot. That's cool. Yeah. Like the way they've been working around Toji, I literally I can't put words in it, but like he's eating like the takoyaki and like he like leaves his chopsticks in the takoyaki and it like gets like cream pied. Yeah. And I was like, that made me uncomfortable. And I was like, but like I was like, Toji Fushiguro should make you uncomfortable. Like he's known as the sorcerer killer. Like he has heavenly restriction, like all of these kinds of things. So like it was like small moments like that where I was like, it's a weird choice, but it invokes the correct feeling.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm so full of pride. Pa? I'm so full of pride.
This is like the reverse of the Hungry Man meal thing. I'm happy. I feel like I've made a connection with a father figure.
I just love, it's like, do you remember when you were like in 8th grade or whatever and like a teacher, you like answer a teacher's question, they're like, are you sure about that? And you're like, well, yeah, because on page 8, and they're like, yes, you referenced the text. Yeah. It's like, I love that. Hi, Wagyu. It's like, I love that you referenced the like pork bun thing. Wagyu blows me right now.
Yeah. Like, he's a big crotch sniffer.
But like I like that you reference the pork thing because it's like that is one of those things where it's like I feel like people will watch it and not realize why that is like well done. Like why that is invoking an emotion. Like it's just a dumpling, but it's the weird like chopsticks sinking down into it. That's like, well, I don't know anything about this character. Why am I unsettled? Yeah. Because that's like I'm the other half. I didn't read the manga, like, and I'm like, I don't know what this guy's deal is, but something is fucked about him.
It's like he like knocks the guy's ramen down and he just like squats next to him. He's like, you know what? Nope, we're good. And I was like that is like they're doing such a good job of admitting the aura that is Toji Fushiguro because he's menacing. Yeah. Like he's menacing in a time when our undefeatable characters were still human. And like that's what's really interesting about him because Gojo and Geto are fallible in this arc. Yeah. But like, you know, obviously as time goes, they become the only entities that could ever kill each other. Yeah. And that and Sukuna and like Kenjaku down the line. But like, so Toji, like the whole betting thing and all of that, like it was just so interesting, and I really do enjoy where JJK is going, but like the problem is, and maybe I don't have enough faith because I'm jaded, but like I feel like your average anime fan is gonna be like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, like that's my thing. It's just gonna be like a why change? Like why not punchy? You know, like why punchy?
I am very nervous about that for like the same Chainsaw Man thing. And I saw, do you watch Trash Taste?
Not really, no.
I only know him through you, but I've been getting like TikToks.
I don't listen. That's not like I don't watch anything. Like, legitimately, I don't watch content.
It's very much not a like moral thing.
I watch anime and Love Island. Trash Taste. They make great content. I just don't. I don't watch content.
I like their TikToks. I just don't listen to many podcasts.
Yeah, like literally.
But it's like
and Last Podcast on the Left, the only podcast I listen to.
I keep getting shout out to the Weekly Planet if we're plugging pods.
Yeah, go wild.
But like I keep getting TikToks of theirs where they'll drop little like jabs at the Chainsaw Man anime, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stop it!
Why would
like
you
you're gonna get it taken from me because they're like, I saw a TikTok where they're like, every generation has that one like trash anime that they like everybody likes for some reason, and one was like Chainsaw Man, and they're like, yeah, or this, and I was like, Chainsaw Man?
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean? What's wrong? Like, and I hate the Blue Lock one. I don't understand.
I slightly understand the Blue Lock. Like Blue Lock was hype. It's just like the animation was that moment. So I was like, this is silly.
The CG's
I was like, the CG was really bad.
overbearing.
But that's like really the only thing I could hold against Blue Lock. That and the fact that like they got like Japanese people to do all the English voices when like the World Fives came in and they were really bad. And I was like, I so distracting. But outside of that, like the Chainsaw Man hate, I don't understand at all. And if you were gonna say the one bad anime that we all just accept in love from this generation,
Sword Art Online.
I would say it's too early. Like that's 2013. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, like Sword Art Online is good. Like there is moment. Like Sword Art Online is incredibly hype, but it's definitely like filled with as many of the bad moments as like you get in modern day anime.
Can I keep guessing?
Sure, keep going wild. I was gonna say, listen, if I had to say like new gen, but then again, like I was gonna say Fire Force. I love Fire Force.
Fire Force bangs.
I love Fire Force. I fucking love Fire Force. But like, it's just like Tamaki's entire character
so much fan
is
service,
just like my clothes fall off.
Yeah. I hate in the first episode or the second when he like meets the cat girl one and he's
Tamaki.
like, Tamaki, he's like, nice to meet you. And he like trips and his hands like slide into her chaps. Into her, well, he's like in her like assless chaps. He's like grabbing her ass and he's like, oh, sorry, and pulls back and then somehow gets caught up her boob. And I'm like, what is this?
What's going on?
This was the most efficient sexual assault I've ever seen in my life.
And it just keeps happening.
Yeah, just record breaking.
Yeah.
But like, I was going to say the slime one. That time he got reincarnated by a slime.
Isekai, but then again, like, so slime Isekai falls into what I would say is like a very interesting area. Because like, it definitely does. But at the same time, slime Isekai, in an era when Isekai have become like hollow copies of each other, of a man dying and getting reincarnated and being powerful and having a harem, slime Isekai, well, it definitely does that. Like, I think it like slightly perverts the trope of like, well, one, like Rimuru's genderless, so it can be like they can be like technically like shipped either way, and there's really no true direction in which you see Rimuru being shipped by the show. Right. So like both sides, like both his like male generals and his female generals, there's like a little bit of like tension there. Two, like the politics is really good, the world building is really good, his powers get interesting, their powers get interesting, and so it's like it's very, in an era when isekai have become genuine hot garbage, that one definitely stands out to me. Yeah. But I definitely, it's an isekai. So like any isekai nowadays is going to have those moments where you're like, I wouldn't show this to anybody.
Are they genderless or are they non-binary? Like, do they have, what are their genitals?
I genuinely don't think Rimuru has gender. Like it's a slime, you know? Like,
oh, it doesn't turn into a little boy or something?
It does, but like, so technically, like Rimuru was a man in like the overworld, and then based like its appearance off of a woman in the new world. Gotcha. And so it's like somewhere in between. It's very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I feel like a lot of people do refer to Rimuru as like he him, but I tend to refer to him as genderless. Like so like you never really
Gotcha.
know. But it's so like because that it like perverts a lot of like your classic isekai tropes, and like out of all of the isekais out there, it's my favorite currently.
Yeah.
So but it definitely is like any isekai you're gonna be like, I'm not showing this to people. You know, like there's there's genuinely bad things about this.
Yeah.
So like if I had to say, end of the day, SAO is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Any isekai is up there. Like any isekai that you like legitimately enjoy is the bad anime of the generation.
How about Made in Abyss?
Have you seen Made in Abyss?
I've seen bits.
It's not an isekai.
No.
Okay.
I mean, if we're talking anime that's like we're all just ignoring the flaws, like that a lot of people love.
What would you identify as the flaws of Made in Abyss?
Isn't there a lot of like CP? Like weird kid stuff happening?
I've only seen like the first 4 episodes of Made in Abyss.
Me too. I hear
know
it
it's
gets
just
bad.
I know it's like a brutal show about
hear
like
that too.
children dying.
Yeah. All right.
I was unaware of the CP.
Then we'll move on because neither of us have seen
Yeah,
it.
okay, yeah, like 2 uninformed opinions on an anime we haven't seen.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, actually,
usually I talk in depth about
exactly, yeah. Socrates over here is actually deciding to not go on his huge diatribe, so you're welcome.
it. Not in these shorts. I won't.
No, yeah, that's actually, I don't know, I could see Socrates wearing them. It's basically a toga for your legs. Danny's wearing and one shorts. He looks like he should be crossing up like a man in a headband currently.
Wearing Reeboks.
Well,
That
no, but
everyone
they're
hates.
like, and they're like below your knees.
I know, yeah.
You look like you should be wearing like a FUBU sweater.
What is FUBU?
For us, by us? You were never on the FUBU train growing up?
I thought
Crazy.
I thought you were saying I had a FUPA.
No.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard of a FUPA. Yeah, well, come on. Who hasn't heard of a FUPA? All right, moving directly forward. Do you want to talk about... Actually, I want to ask you a question. Do you like Psalm 100?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
You see the first episode?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the second one?
Yeah.
It's kind of a comedy coded, though. It's like...
It is
not,
comedy coded.
It's not Mashal. It's not Mashal level like, oh, he's an idiot.
yeah.
But like, I feel like you don't like comedy anime.
Untrue. I like Spy Family. I like Buddy Daddies as much as anyone can.
Would
and
you call
should.
those comedy? Yeah, I guess they would be comedy.
What?
I don't. I was literally looking for the classification. I was like trying to read the description, wondering what it was.
They're comedies, strictly.
No, that makes sense.
Yes. I think, and like, you know, like, I don't know. I'd have to see how stupid it gets, I guess, because it's like, it's not that I don't like comedy anime. It's that I like lean towards action.
Yeah.
It's the same with like anything. Like if you're like, do you want to watch like Knocked Up or like
Wild.
What?
Just like it's
What?
like oh yeah, Knocked Up. The fact that Knocked Up is on the front of your
just
brain.
like comedy. Well, because I was gonna say Super Bad, but I watched that in a heartbeat. I was gonna say Tropic Thunder. I'd watch that now.
Both incredible. I watched Zoolander on the flight yesterday.
I need a lesser comedy, in my opinion.
Knocked Up is a good choice then.
Yeah, Knocked Up. So if you're like, you want to watch Knocked Up or watch like I don't know, like Tenet. Also a weird pull. I'm sorry.
So weird.
I love Tenet.
Yeah, really?
It's so dumb.
Okay, I was gonna say because I fucking hate that movie.
It's so insane.
It's so like just
it's
like
fun.
oh you don't get it. Shut up. I shouldn't have to like read like a university level paper to understand a movie. Like enjoyability is tied in understanding.
It's like dumb as hell. Oh, like okay. If someone's like, you want to watch Knocked Up or like a John Wick, I'll sooner say John Wick.
Absolutely.
Like I just lean away from comedies.
Yeah. Unless I'm on an airplane and I just watched an action movie and then I need a comedy like mouthwash.
I like prefer my comedy in comedy actions. Like if I'm on an airplane and I want something
Or you
dumb,
want like the bodyguard's wife?
No.
Okay. It was like,
I'll throw on a Marvel movie. Like I consider Marvel movies comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, because they say, oh, that's America's ass. And you're like, oh, you did it. Steve.
Yeah.
You did it again. Oh my. You did it.
But anyway, Psalm 100, I treat it like Shaun of the Dead. Where Shaun of the Dead, I feel like a good horror comedy should balance both. Like Shaun of the Dead, very funny. When they're breaking into the bar, scary as shit.
Yeah.
Like genuinely terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping out of Psalm 100.
What was the other Sean Penn movie where he's the cop?
Stop calling him Sean Penn.
What Sean?
No, he's Sean in the movie. His name is Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Sean Penn is an actor. That's why I have to correct
Who is
you.
Sean? Oh, is he the guy who always dies?
No, that's Sean Bean. Sean Penn is like some like nothing.
Okay, anyways, the Simon Pegg, what's the one where he's a cop and like
Hot Fuzz?
See that one, incredible, but the scene, like very funny, but the scene where somebody's head gets exploded by a church spike, and I was like, what?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And even the third one by Edgar Wright and him, the like World's End.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Great comedy, great action. Like you got to balance both. If you're gonna be a horror comedy, have good horror.
Yeah.
Like comedy action, have good action. But so I'm hoping like Zom 100 keeps hyping up this like zombie shark, like at Anime Expo. They like wouldn't shut up about the zombie shark.
No, they really like, there was like 3 questions at the Q&A about it.
They love it. That thing better be scary.
It better be sick, yeah.
It better be dope, yeah.
I also like love that, well, we just got introduced to like the second, like the love interest, and like there's like clearly like a two things, like a dichotomy thing going on where it's like he has 100 things he wants to do before she's a zombie, like he's a zombie, and she's like 100 things to do to survive the zombie apocalypse. So like I like that like themes are being built, and like we're gonna build a little crew. The OP, a straight 5 out of 10. It was dude, it was so the closing
Turned into De Niro for a second.
Listen,
he had like the eye squint and the like
it's the second week of the season, which means Nick needs to talk about the openings that he likes and he doesn't like. Bleach is 6.5 out of 10. Zom 100, worst one of the season thus far. I mean, obviously, like I'm gonna like usually week 4 or 5. There's an anime that like more cultured weebs will tell me is really good, like like Tengoku Daimakyo. And they'll be like, watch this, and I'll be like, of course. So I'll give a rundown then. JJK's opening. It's an all timer.
It's sick.
It's an all timer.
It's really cool.
That Imandero, like fucking. Oh my god! Like they're jumping out of the building and all of that. So good, dude.
It's very cool.
And you know, the first time they played it for us at AX, I was like, "This is mad." But oh my god, it's burrowed into my soul.
What'd you think of Bungo Stray Dogs? Did we talk about that one for the season 5?
The opening, it was awesome.
It was insane.
It was great.
It was hype. It was very cool. Just that was on my mind. And I also listened to Odd Taxis.
Okay.
I tried getting through the first episode of Odd Taxi. I wasn't having it. I wasn't into it.
It's just one of those out there ones.
Yeah, it was okay. I was expecting a little more.
It's like Devilman Crybaby. It's like, I've heard it's good. I've seen it, but like your average person is gonna be like, I'm not gonna get there.
Devilman Crybaby's a weird one where like artsy Ithaca kids were like, you gotta see this.
Yeah.
And I was like, the raps are cool. The raps were cool.
They are kind of, yeah, I guess.
It was cool. It was like, oh, I get it. It's like, you know, there's penises, and that's why it's crazy.
I have a thing, like literally, like it's like, oh, like you watched a naked woman get cut in half. We've been doing this for 24 years. Like it's like, so I have a thing where if I see somebody rapping, like I
cringe.
I die. I literally like if I'm at a party and people are like, oh, turn on a beat, I leave.
Yeah.
I refuse. If you are not a professional rapper, shut the fuck up around me. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're great, but I will. Oh, it kills me, dude. I can't do it. I literally, even if it's really good, even if it's like incredible, I'm just like, I don't want to be here. I don't like. I just like it just makes me, so like when I see that guy rap, I'm like, you're great, but like I hate it, man. I don't know why. Probably because I did a lot of freestyling as a high schooler.
Wow.
Like, we would be sitting around and we'd just be like, yo, throw a beat on. We throw some like Kendrick Lamar beat on, and like looking back on those experiences, I'm like, so like anytime I see myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I cannot be you anymore.
That's so funny.
Okay. Speaking of Zom 100, though, I do want to get to Best Boy here. So my Best Boy of the week is the animators animating Zom 100.
Okay.
Because, think about it. Zom 100 is a story about a man who hates his job so much
I see where this
that
is going
he's
immediately.
happy the zombie apocalypse comes so he can, like, finally not work. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I'm like, animators, historically, you know, not the chillest job, and it looks really good. So there was definitely a lot of work put into it. And I'm like, I'm the guy sketching out this man, be like watching him like tackle his boss out a fucking window and being like, sorry, see you later, like celebrating as like he dies on the ground. And I'm like, that's gotta be humbling.
Do you think that like... Do you think, like, when they, like, assembled the crew, they got the job to do this animation, there was, like, some, like, shifting eyes where they're just like, so, we just got in this new contract for an anime about an overworked, you know, Japanese office that has to spend overnight shifts and just work to the bone, so,
Who's happy here? Who You have kids.
Anyway, look forward to Pizza Day every Friday.
Yeah. So we've actually cut hours. You're only expected to be here for 14 hours. You're welcome.
Like, what do you think is going through the mind of the animator drawing the frame of the main character thinking about jumping in front of a train because he's overworked?
Yeah, if he was like, if this gate wasn't here, I would have gone. Yeah. And he was like, haven't been there before.
Like, you think HR was like, hey, Toji's been staring at that frame motionless for a couple of hours now. Like,
maybe we let him go home, but like, let's call him a taxi. No, it was like remember when the Joker came out and you got like patted down before you went in the theater because they were like, this didn't happen to you? That didn't happen to you? No, dude. So Joker came out when we were in college, right? We were in college. I go to see it. I'm in Boston, and there is an armed guard patting people down heading into the Joker. And I'm like, I'm sorry, do you think Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of the Joker is going to be so significant that I start rallying against the bourgeoisie? Like, it was the most insane thing I've ever seen. So it's kind of like that where it's like every day, let's make sure everyone's all right.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, that's because of the Aurora.
I thought this was a universal experience.
No, that's insane.
Wild.
That I did go to my college was so nuts about like I can't believe they would make this movie. Do politics mean nothing? Like, this is gonna be a dangerous film. And I'm like, first off, this is the most liberal film I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Like, it is so eat the rich. It is so like
literally
free healthcare. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? And it was all like, like
the movie is literally Joaquin Phoenix, like the social system failing Joaquin Phoenix, like that. Like what?
Like I can't imagine.
I'm radicalized. It's like go outside.
It was like living in the McCarthy era, where like if you were at like a college being like, I kind of like the Joker, like shun
there was a man in a hat writing your name down, like, fucking commie.
Yeah, like taking your plates.
Yeah, like literally, yeah.
But
that's wild. I hate that you didn't go through it because it was like a very formative experience for me. I was like, it was the most I've ever like giggled at society. I was like, this is a joke.
It was really funny. Also, I just want to say one of my least favorite parts of our podcast is when we both take a deep inhale after a bit and are just locking eyes. And we're both just like, go on.
Please pick up the slack. So here's my thing. Actually, the reason I forgot to bring this up earlier. So we're a 2-man podcast.
Yeah, what's up about this?
I feel like it's never been not enough. Right?
Okay.
Well, like people have like, there's been many comments being like, Nick and Danny have such like, like chemistry that it works. It's just the two of us. And it works because we're both very talkative. But like recently, because, I'm now ingratiated in the creator circle of California.
Yeah.
I followed all these people on Instagram. All of them have podcasts. But occasionally, a couple of them, it's two guys. We met those two short kings at Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Who talk about being short. Every clip, they're just like, I'm short. And I'm like...
Yeah, their whole thing is being short kings. Good for them. Like,
I was like, I don't know how long this is gonna
sustainable.
Yeah, I was like, like 4 or 5 episodes on this. But a couple of people I met at that house party in Hollywood, they have a podcast. And when I say a couple, I mean fucking 7 of them.
Wow.
It's 3 dudes and 4 girls. It's just
all with individual podcasts.
On the same fucking podcast. And it's just like 7 mics. And I'm like, you could go an entire fucking podcast without talking. Could you imagine if there was 5 other people in here? Yeah. How do you do it?
It's like when you're like back in school and it's like you're doing like the round table book report.
Yeah.
And like you just go a whole class without saying anything. And it's like, that's so funny. Was it, without giving anything away if you don't want to?
Gotcha.
Was this podcast like, because one comes to mind that's that format. And was it like an alpha male?
It's alpha male adjacent.
Wow.
It's alpha male adjacent.
I know one podcast. Let me know. Or don't.
I'll tell you after the pod.
Okay, but
I'll show you after the pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
just
so
like,
funny.
It's just like, it's like a bunch of like very attractive women. Yeah. And then like 3 guys being like, I don't know, man. Like, I was at and it's just like, and I'm like, we can trim the fat here a little bit, right? Like, you can be arrogant and
the fat
also
being
alone.
5 people.
Yeah, like you can be arrogant and alone. Like, it's like,
that stuff like that's funny to me because it's like, you need like, you got to be mean to 3 women.
Yeah, I can't do one.
Yeah, like get one girl on if you're gonna be an asshole, or none.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is, it's a thing that I've seen, and it's not even like outside of the alpha male podcast scheme. There's like also other anime podcasts out there where it's like 7 people on a couch.
I can't imagine.
And they're all holding, and I'm like, we can't figure out sound for 2 people sitting 3 feet apart from each other. These motherfuckers are next to each other on a couch. I'm like, how? How many cables do you have? How many? And then they're just like, everyone's like screaming their opinions, and I'm like, who's listening to this? It's like, it's just wild.
I had a similar funny experience with podcasters. Like the other day, I was at like an event, and like there were. You good?
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good.
Are you good?
I'm good.
What am I good on?
You're good. I was just making sure the red light was on still.
Okay. I was like talking to these like 2 groups of podcasts. I won't say who they are because it's kind of a silly, funny story about the bourgeoisie.
Yeah,
but
of course.
but I was like talking to these 2 podcasts, and like halfway through, and I like both the podcasts, and I was like, oh, by the way, like, do you guys like rent out a studio? Because your set is like so good. And they were talking about like this whole time we were having a conversation about how like TikTok is great for the common man because like anyone can just like talk about video games, movies.
Just record themselves with a front-facing camera and good job.
Just record and make a career off that.
Yeah.
Like truly anyone. You just have to want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's great. And like, I was like, do you guys rent out your studio? Because your studios are so professional looking. Like they look great. And like one podcast was like, oh, we shoot in our guest house. Like we turned our guest house into a podcast space
in LA.
And then the other podcast goes, yo, so did we. And I was like, man, just anyone. That's all it takes. Just a guest house, 2 Shure SM7Bs, cloud lifter, 3 monitors. That's all it takes for the everyman to start a podcast.
I'm not that rich.
That was so funny.
A guest house in LA.
Both of them using their guest house.
I can't
like,
even
whoa.
conceptualize how expensive that would be. I don't even, one house is a lot of money. I don't like, also, why do you need listen, is our studio, does it look great right now? No, but like I'm about to have a room dedicated to and that's enough.
Yeah,
that's more than enough.
We're doing well for a new podcast.
Yeah. We're 6 months in. I don't need a fucking renovation. I don't need to move that bus.
Yeah, I don't need the Property Brothers coming in and building my podcast.
Absolutely insane.
I like how this has just become the like talk about creators behind their back pod.
At least we're not naming names.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you have a best boy?
No. Fuck, I did.
Yeah.
I have news. I have big news.
We can go to news.
Opposed to a best boy. I'll come back on best boy.
Okay.
My news is what's your news? Because I may be taking it.
No, you're definitely not taking my news.
Is your news?
Yours is Studio Ghibli related, right?
I have 2 news.
I think you can guess what if you would know.
What's your news?
I want you to say your news because I want to see how well you know me. Because you would know, if it was my news, you would know it would be my news.
Tsukuyoki Bisco? How do I say that? Sabuki Bisco?
Yeah.
Season 2 confirmed.
That's I didn't know that.
Oh, let's go. Breaking news.
Oh my fucking God. They're gonna make the boys kiss. I'm so that's huge. I fucking love Sabuki Bisco.
I know you do.
Oh my God.
I know you do.
That's awesome. Fuck, those boys are gonna kiss. Let's go.
So that's my news. What's your news?
When does it come out?
Oh, I don't know.
Just confirmed for season 2?
Yeah, just confirmed.
See, that is
wait.
That's wild.
No, I don't know.
Because nobody talks about that anime.
Yeah.
Nobody.
That's wild. That's great. I'll see if it is confirmed.
Listen. Sabuki,
a date confirmed. I know it's confirmed to be coming out.
Gotcha. That's literally all that I need. Sabuki Bisco is another one of those ones where it's like, I'll probably never convince somebody else to watch it.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, you want to watch 2 like will they won't they boys ride on a crab as they battle against rust as a concept with mushrooms?
Yeah.
No, but it is the most individual and unique anime I've seen in years, like since like Katana Gatari, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's crab punk.
It's crab punk.
It's really cool.
I love crab punk, and the character design is so sick.
Really good.
And like, there's like a really hot woman who rides a motorcycle, and she gets rejected for her brother.
You love to see it.
That's so sick. I'm so happy. My news.
Yeah, your
you
news?
would know. Minato's manga came out.
Oh, fuck, you told me.
Yeah, literally.
Huge.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was very good. So Minato's one-shot came out because he won Naruto Top 99. It's 55 pages to celebrate Shonen Jump's 55th anniversary or something like that.
More and obnoxious. Like, imagine being the mangaka and they're like, it has to be 55 pages.
Well, what's weird is Kishimoto like released a thing where he was like, I've written too much. He was like, I went over what I thought my allotted amount of pages was. And I was like, okay, so do we just like end up at 55? And they're like, you know what? That's actually kind of perfect. But there was also moments in it where I was like, I feel like we could have used an extra page here. Like it's just like we're here now, we're doing this thing, but it's also a one shot. So a one shot, for those of you who don't know, is like a story told within a universe that is too long to be one chapter, but too short to be a volume, which is usually 10 chapters. So it's 55 pages, which is like 2.5.
That was such a convoluted way to explain it.
What do you mean?
It's like a Netflix limited series. Like this whole story will be contained in one go.
Well, a limited series is usually a couple of episodes, though.
Well, right. But so it's like, okay, fair. But I suppose it's a one shot is just the whole story
in one
go. Yeah.
But it's a long chapter. So it's 55 pages. It's really good. It's about Minato creating the Rasengan. We get really cool backstory on the Second Great Shinobi World War.
Nice.
We figure out when the Uzumaki clan was massacred. We get like a look into the love life between Kushina and Minato in its early stages. We get like a little bit of Mito. We get Mito like reminiscing about how much he loved Hashirama, which almost made me cry.
Damn.
And it was really good. The art was awesome. This is the most positive the Naruto community has been in 6 years.
Yeah,
I would say
in general.
And since the last came out, maybe this is the most positive the Naruto community has been. Maybe the Boruto movie, because the Boruto movie was very good. So like people are like, but of course, because something good Naruto came out, everyone's like, better than the entirety of Boruto. And it's like, you haven't fucking read it. But it's awesome to see the community being like, we're happy about a thing. And I think, being happy about a thing usually means
more of the thing.
Money.
Money.
So I think obviously Kishimoto's 48. I'm doing this entire spiel in a YouTube video right now. Kishimoto's 48. He stepped away from Boruto or from Naruto after it like concluded and like tried to do another manga.
Was it Tokyo Ghoul?
What?
I thought he did Tokyo Ghoul.
Masashi Kishimoto did Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, I thought he did.
He did not.
Oh, Tokyo Ghoul.
His brother does like a dark version of Naruto. That might be what you're thinking of.
No, that's I don't know what the fuck that is.
Gotcha, totally
dark
fine.
Naruto.
But more or less, like it's literally like
what's that called? Is it good?
I would have to look it up.
You don't have to. I will. While you continue what I assume is going to be another half-hour long.
I'm gonna keep talking for a while.
Okay.
Here.
What do I look up? Dark Naruto.
I would look up Masashi Kishimoto's brother manga. But anyway, so he started writing this manga that was supposed to be 10 volumes long, and it was called Samurai 8, which was all about this handicapped boy who becomes a samurai in a sci-fi world. Kishimoto loves sci-fi. Like, that's his favorite thing. So, like, that's why Boruto is taking a much more, like, modern stance. Like, why there's, like, shinobi wear and, like, trains and all of that. Because he wants to incorporate, like, science fiction into the Naruto universe. But Samurai 8 was bad. Like nobody liked it. So it got canceled like a year in. So that's when he came back to Boruto. So like clearly he wants to, you're looking at Dark Naruto now.
It's just Dark Naruto.
I shit you not. Why would I lie?
It's called O Parts Hunter.
It's long too.
It's like 666 chapters.
It's long. It's very long. It's pretty good too. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
It looks ridiculous. This is one of the silliest character designs I've ever seen.
Well, it started around the same time as Naruto, so like, and the art evolved over time.
Wow, it looks just like Naruto.
Yeah. Like
it's good.
Like, it's kind of weird. It's fine. It's not Naruto, obviously.
He's gross. I don't like the main character. He looks like a Beyblade rival.
Yeah, literally.
Like, yeah.
And also, like, it's kind of weird because, like, imagine your sister was like, I'm gonna react to Danny's reactions, and that's my entire YouTube video. Like that builds a career off it and does it to consistently.
Imagine Dorothy's like, I'm gonna do Boruto videos.
Yeah, like literally, yeah, just like that's
You're like, please don't.
Yeah, actually, could we not? Like, yeah, it's so weird to be like, oh wow, my brother did something cool. Yeah. I'm gonna change it slightly.
That's insane. I can't believe how I thought it was like. I didn't think it'd be that immediate.
Straight up Naruto,
That's
but
so
like
funny.
edgy. So it's clear that he wants to keep working because like he wanted to do Samurai 8 and then he went back to Boruto because Samurai 8 got canceled, which is like, could you imagine telling one of the greatest mangakas of all time?
This sucks.
Buddy,
Yeah.
I get you're passionate about it, but holy shit, maybe
Yeah.
we're a one-trick pony. So, like, after Boruto is going to be done in, like, 5 or 6 years, like, he's going to be 54.
Yeah.
Akira Toriyama is, what, 68?
Yeah.
Like mangakas work until they die.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. Kishimoto's worth $200 million. He could have retired years ago. So, like, I think after this, like, there's going to be, like, very much his editors are staring at it with money eyes, being like, oh, I don't know, it's the most popular thing we've done in 7 years.
Yeah.
Maybe we get that thing going.
Yeah.
So I think this is the signaling of Minato being the next thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm very excited for. Did you remember what your best boy was?
I did.
Okay, go ahead.
The Knight and the Witch will survive. The Witch and the Knight will survive.
Boy, oh boy, have you been telling me about this?
It's good.
Yeah.
It's super good. There's only one volume out.
Gotcha.
So for those who don't know, because I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I have been so enamored with the idea of reading new manga.
Danny wants to be the person who finds out that Pokemon was cool as it comes out.
I want to be the guy who is making Fortnite content season 1.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You want to be Tfue, you want to be Ninja, that's what you want. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it's just something, not like actually like, I'm not doing it from like a monetary purpose for real.
You just want to be ahead of the curve once.
I just like the idea of like, yeah, it sucks that it's like, oh, like One Piece is sick. I'm so behind on the conversation.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to be like, oh, this manga's great. I only have like 2 volumes to read. Yeah. And then I'm caught up. So I've been reading a lot of new manga. One week I talked about the Full Metal Alchemist mangakas one, like Demons of the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
Read that. That was good. So this week I read The Witch and the Knight Will Survive. Amazing art. I wish I brought it. I'm so sorry.
I've seen all of the photos on TikTok.
Amazing art, like really good dialogue, which is something that I don't find in a lot of manga. Amazing dialogue, sick character designs, and great potential for expansion. Like the main idea right now is that the premise is that this kid is a noble of this small town.
Gotcha.
It's like the mayor's son, you know?
Okay, gotcha, yeah.
So he's like a prince, but this town sucks. And he goes off hunting, and he goes a little farther than he should have. And when he comes back, everyone in the village is dead. And he's like, this is witch shit.
This right here smells like a witch. Yeah,
nice. He fucking suits up. He gets his big witch hunting box out.
Love that for me. I keep it on me at all times.
He's got a gauntlet that goes from his fist to his shoulder, and it's just hard leather, and it's just a full arm shield. So he uses one arm exclusively for blocking and the other for a sword.
Just a stabbing witches. Yeah.
Just a fucking witch stabbing.
Just killing women. Yeah. Fucking the story Danny can get behind.
Yeah, so I'm fully on board.
Naturally.
So he goes, finds this witch, gives her the fucking business.
Absolutely.
Lays into her.
Just for you, just that's what you get. Didn't even ask her if she was a witch. It was Salem Part 2. Sick.
Just turning this girl into a fucking wallpaper.
Oh my God.
Just he shows up, girl turns around, flashbang, stab, garrote around her neck, tearing into her.
Did you know it was her who did the witch?
Just assumes.
Apparently, the witch will not survive. The title sounds misleading.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, are you sure? You sure about this?
I don't know if she's making it out of this one.
This might be a translation error, because no, she does not.
Yeah.
Tears into her, she's immortal, and
Gotcha.
sexy 20-year-old with the IQ of an 8-year-old.
Nice.
So then he's like, I sorry.
I mean, it was impersonal.
He goes, I sorry, Miss Witch.
See, I hadn't seen your full bosom until after it had regenerated.
Yeah, it turns into a 60s blues singer.
Yeah.
And she's like, why? Why pain? And he finds out she didn't do it. This is all chapter 1.
Jesus. So he was in the wrong.
Yeah, she didn't do it. He was just blinded with rage. But anyway, so his goal is to it's kind of a revenge tale, but he's kind of put that to the side. And now he's like, I'm going to first rebuild my village.
Nice.
And he calls his sister, gets her down from the capital. She's a sick knight. And she's like, hey, the capital thinks this village is cursed. Anyone who's like here can't go back to the capital ever.
Nice.
And like you never see the capital. Like in the first volume, there's only one volume out, and like
in the whole 100 pages, you never see the capital.
Well, it's like they do a great job at like being like, okay, his goal right now is building up this village. That could go on for several volumes. You're like, you know, there's monsters, there's ghouls, there's stuff, but like you grow to like introduce these characters, you grow to like the characters, you're building up the village, and they've already planted the seed that the capital doesn't like this village.
Gotcha.
So there's a great opportunity of like in volume 3 or whatever, the village is all built, we love these characters, capital comes to fuck shit up.
Fucking, it's always the capital, man. And they never give the capital the name. Hunger Games, the Empire, like it's just never. It's like the Empire and Star Wars, and a comet got killed. The capital,
It's
and
just Richville.
It's just exactly. It's just like look at the assholes who are in Utah in Hunger Games. Like what?
I'm pretty sure Black Clover is also just the capital.
It is like the Clover Kingdom capital. Yeah. It's not like a name.
Yeah, but it's like I was like, man, like what a great like momentum to already have where I'm like, we have this little goal and we've already established these other like 6 goals that like can show up and naturally build the world rather than with like a Death Note, for example, where it's like, okay, we have like L and Light. Well, it's like L and Light and that's our whole thing. And it's so sick. Then something happens and then it's like, well, shit, we didn't really like plant the seeds of a bigger world. So like, now it comes out of nowhere.
So now we have to like, there's a training camp for children to be smart.
Like out of nowhere. Yeah,
absolutely insane. So that does sound, you know, is it on Trying to Jump?
No.
It's not.
It's not. I've checked.
I will not read it.
I'll bring it to you.
Okay, that works.
Not that worked with the first one.
It's packed away. It's making it to the second. I'm sorry. Do you see the house? It is it's actually not a mess. This is the cleanest it's ever been. But like, I am very much in a transitory part of my life. Okay, so we're gonna say this is the time for the love letter, which means our live viewers, our lovely live viewers who are hanging out with us today as they watched me and Danny very much struggle setting up the podcast because we hadn't done it in 2 weeks. Are going to ask us a question. So if you guys want to ask us a question, if you want to get involved with the pod, just got to become a YouTube member, either be Team Danny or Team Nick, and you get to watch the podcast live, hang out with us before and after pods, all those kinds of fun things. But while we wait for those questions to generate, you and me are going to do our draft. You want to do the draft?
No.
Yo.
So what are the questions? No.
Okay.
Okay.
So today, me and Danny are going to be doing a draft, and the draft is the best anime friendships. I'm going to let you go first.
Yeah, you sure?
Absolutely.
Gon and Killua. Just a good pair of friends, you know? They're always going on adventures together. They're always just hanging out.
Why did I
playing cards, right? Like that's a card anime, right?
I'm gonna kill myself. Okay, Gon and Killua. You know, I'd say underrated personally. I'm gonna go with Naruto and Sasuke.
Already lost.
They're just they're together.
Friends.
They're together for the majority of the show. You know, Naruto's always trying to get him back.
Bad friends, bad friendship.
Naruto and Sasuke.
They don't like each other.
They don't.
Wow. Inosuke and Tanjiro.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
That's my second one. Great friends. Inosuke goes through an arc of learning Tanjiro's name, which is adorable.
It is adorable, objectively.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with actually a really good one here. Denji and Power. Start possible lover.
Yeah.
The little fondle, and then like absolute best friends. Like Denji and Power are the best. Like so much so that like it is an intersex like friendship, and nobody ships them.
Yeah, I give you that. Yeah. I'll give you that. I like when they God, I can't talk. When they put on their glasses.
Yes.
Great.
Incredible.
Yeah, that sells it. I'll do Ash and Pikachu.
It's a good one.
That's
a really friend. Ash and Pikachu is a good one, but then again, same kind of thing though. We're like, does Pikachu even like Ash?
Yes.
Constantly trying to kill him.
What are you talking about? Does Pikachu like Ash?
Constantly trying to kill him in the early days.
What a take.
Listen.
You gotta start somewhere.
There's a theory out there that, you know, Pikachu actually put Ash in a coma in the first couple of episodes. And that everything after that is a delusion. So who knows, man?
Well, then that's the Pikachu I'm talking about.
Pikachu could have caught an assault charge. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
You want to talk about friends trying to kill each other? Mr. Naruto and Sasuke is your number one?
If we're gonna talk about friends trying to kill each other, I'm actually going to go with Goku and Vegeta. Let's keep it problematic here.
I knew.
Listen, there's nothing like a friendship that pushes you to be better.
Uh-huh.
Stay out of the stagnancy. Goku and Vegeta always pushing each other to achieve more. That's what real friendship is.
How does it feel to lose at every turn of the draft you suggested?
I very much think Power and Denji's going to carry me through this one.
Wow. I'm going to go Reki and Langa. Skate the Infinity.
Once again, another reference I want to understand.
Damn.
I think you're going a little too deep there.
Can I... You want me to replace?
Nope.
No? Okay, go.
Reki and Langa. That's
Reki
absolutely
and Langa
yours.
is huge.
I'm going to go with Rukia and Ichigo. Great friends. Rukia pulls him into the Soul Society. Always there. Increases her Bankai. Finally gets a Bankai in the current arc. And, you know, she's always there for him. Always getting stronger. Ichigo needs a rock, and Rukia is there for him.
Okay. Last pick?
Yeah. Your last pick, yes.
Ed and Alphonse.
They're brothers.
They're friendly brothers. They're best friends in the whole wide world.
I feel like I kind of got to throw a flag on that play a little bit.
What are you talking about?
Listen, the comments will decide whether or not that's okay, but I think familial relationship kind of rules it out.
What about... Okay, should I...
No.
Does that mean...
No, I'll let you keep it.
What about Sasuke and Itachi? You wouldn't say they're friends. Exactly.
Never.
But brothers.
Rivals their entire life.
Exactly.
Kill each other.
But they're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't put them in this list.
That's what I'm saying. Just being brothers doesn't make you best friends.
Insane takes. All right, my final take for the best friendship in anime. I think I'm going to have to go...
Better be huge.
I'm going to have to go Joey and Yugi.
Let's go.
That's a good choice.
Huge.
That's all you know. All right. And that's the draft. We're going to now head over to our love letters. Let's see what the lovely live viewers have generated for our question. Got a question from Rose. Rose is asking, what's the best it's go time moment in anime? Like Ash turning his hat around.
If we're talking recent, the moment that got me out of my chair and I was like, shit's about to go down.
Yeah.
Nezuko biting through her muzzle.
That was pretty dope.
That was unbelievably hype. That was like one of those things where until it happened, I didn't even consider it could.
Yeah.
Like she did that and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. You're like, I didn't even see this coming. What happened? I mean, obviously there's a lot of ways I could go here. I think Inosuke's chuckle, I was like, I'm always like, okay, things are about to go crazy. But if I had to say from recent times, well, one, obviously Naruto entering his KCM2 cloak, like the orange cloak, always like, you know, it's about to go down. Two, Denji cord rip.
Yeah, that's good.
A Denji cord rip, you're like, okay, it's Chainsaw. We're Chainsaw Man.
It's Chainsaw Man time.
Yeah, like it's literally time to Chainsaw Man.
That one's good because it's got great, like, moments, like, right? Because it's like just as like there are times where it's just like, okay, whatever, we're doing the fight. But then there are times where he like hooks it onto something and like,
or the ghost devil pulling it, like things like that.
Like, when they get creative with the it's go time, that's great. Is there like a One Piece one? I have to imagine there would be.
Like Gear 4 or like Luffy's Gear 2 stance would be a really good answer.
Oh, if we want, because I want to talk like we got some modern. I want to talk some like classic. I think Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 with the tears flying upwards.
Yep.
That
scream moment. I would say Ichigo yelling Bankai.
Yeah.
Like Bankai, Getsuga Tensho, like that.
That's just because the voice actor.
I know,
like,
he's still in my
off.
head, dude. Absolutely still in my head. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of good ones. Like, honestly, I think Goku going Super Saiyan, the scream is always going to be one you have to consider. But at the same time, I feel like as he's gotten further into his like evolutions, it's like less and less and less.
Well, it's the more times it happens, the lesser it is.
Yeah.
Because it's like now a fight starts and he goes Super Saiyan, and it's like a technical it's go time because it's like, yeah, we're gonna fight. Like that,
it's happening.
It's a fight anime.
Yeah.
But like like the Gohan one goes so hard because Gosohan, if you will.
Nice. Nice.
I'm really proud of it.
You know, Gohan in Japanese means meal.
That's so sad.
Yeah, actually it means rice. Well, it means rice and meal.
What does Goku mean?
I don't know. I know Chi-Chi means boobs.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does, brother.
Let's go.
Come on, let's get some chicks on here.
And they said we weren't an alpha male
let's
podcast.
Let's get some chicks on here.
Oh my God, I want to yell at a woman.
God. But anyway.
Please keep listening to us.
Anyway, no, don't stop listening. We won't learn if you keep listening. We'll never learn from our mistakes. Hit us where it hurts.
I almost puked. He said that right as I drank water. Oh God, ow.
But no, like it has to be like a moment where it's like, I don't like the tables have truly turned, but like in a way that's not just like expected, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything we have this week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for checking in with us. This has been Otakus Anonymous. We are now actually we're gonna stop posting to stand in solidarity with all of the influencers affected by
posting our podcast.
Yeah. To stand with all the influencers, who have been affected by SAG. So this is actually gonna be our last episode, but we appreciate you guys following us. Make sure you follow us everywhere else as well. Make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram. TikTok is actually we're like 25K.
This podcast is kind of huge.
We're doing really good
for what we are and how long
for being
we've
two
been
dudes
around.
in a decrepit divorced father room. Like we're doing really good for
not
ourselves.
being like 11 women and 6 guys.
Yeah, like
surrounded around a food.
But imagine if we had 11 women and 4 more dudes in here.
Yeah, that's gonna be our next guest. Is like the entirety of the Blue Man Group.
That would be so fucking funny. And our next guest, and they just keep coming like it's the Hobbit. It's like not.
Our next guest is Cirque du Soleil, and everyone's like, "It's what?" And just like.
Just like a clown car would just open the door and flood out like tuna.
And they all come in, and then it's just like, all right, guys, so you watch anime. It's like just all overlapping.
So yeah, make sure you follow us everywhere. We love you guys so much. If you want to become a YouTube member and watch us live, that's absolutely something you can, should, and will do. Team Danny is more expensive than Team Nick, but more people go for it. So and also in the comments of us being beta cucks video, everyone was like, Danny,
I got a lot.
There was a lot. Nice. Everyone was like, and then I feel like a lot of our comments recently was like, came for Nick, stayed for Danny, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. All right, it's all that fucking matters. We're an extension of each other.
I like my role as co-host, as little goober. I think that's my.
Do you think you're co-host?
I do think I'm co-host.
I think so. Well, I'm lead host.
Yeah, you're lead host. You do the cold opens. You do most of the contact with our editors. You know the anime. Most of the anime. You know most of the anime.
Well, we did 30 minutes on Bungo Stray Dogs last episode.
You know how you come with notes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have notes?
I just know things.
What do you mean you don't have notes?
I don't have notes. I have no notes.
You don't write a note? I've had this note ever since it has training arc written out. It has best boy, and then every week I erase everything and I fill it back in with more notes.
Here's the thing. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I'm not trying.
Yeah.
It's that I did notes for the Black Clover one because I was like, that'll be fun to come with notes with. But it's because I know that we fill up an hour and a half so easily with you having notes that I'm like, whatever Nick has to say, I can bounce off of.
Listen, it's called riffing, baby.
I come with a best boy most of the time.
We get 10 minutes before we start filming.
Yeah, I come with my draft. Those have notes. I'm ready. I know. I'm a pro.
I hate how good your draft was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fully real.
I knew. I was
Why the fuck did I? Because
I had a strategy. I was like number one.
Because you knew that's what I was gonna take number one.
My strategy was full body too. I was like, number one, take what Nick loves most. Number two, come with a classic, Ash and Pikachu. Number three, profit.
That's such
number three. I've already won, so it doesn't even matter.
That is such an underhanded thing to do. I should have. You know what? I'm doing it next time.
What?
I'm gonna get the best fucking friendship from Bungo Stray Dogs. It's gonna be Rampo
We're not
and
doing best friends
Rompo
next
and his
week.
little fuckboy Edgar Allan Poe. People loved that, by the way. Loved that. Apparently, it's very accurate. But you want to tell everybody who you are and where to find you?
I'm Danny Motta, co-host and goober of this podcast.
I like to say ghoul.
Local.
I just like the way you say ghoul. But I also listen. I think if I had to give you a moniker, it would be goober.
Local ghoul.
Yeah, like ghoul / goober. It's your pronouns.
Yeah. I'm gonna come into this podcast from now on just a new costume. Like I did the Socrates. I'm gonna come in as just Nosferatu, like the local ghoul.
Flip the switch in here a couple of times. SpongeBob reference.
Poor Nosferatu, like what he's known for now. But anyway, I'm Danny Motta. I'm a DMotta3 on TikTok.
What are you on Threads? Does Threads still exist? Are we still using it?
I liked how aggressive that was. I haven't used Twitter.
I haven't heard anybody say the word Threads in 3 days.
You use Instagram what's the mediator between threads? Where you write a story. You know what I mean?
What the fuck are you talking about?
So if I'm on Instagram, everybody close your eyes and imagine.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram.
You're scrolling Instagram or posting Instagram?
No, open Instagram.
Yeah.
Go to your messages.
Okay.
And the first.
Are you talking the Discover page?
No. Go to your messages. What is this? up here.
Oh, it's like a stories, but you can only write 60 characters.
Yeah, it's like they're pre-Twitter. You post weird shit.
I post like heavily schizophrenic shit.
You just post Harambe shit. How old are you?
I want to throw people because everyone's like, oh, getting sober, SAG, whatever, and then like music, and I'm like, the voices are getting louder. I want people to think I'm legitimately on edge.
You keep posting like, shout out to my boy Harambe, it's his birthday. And I was like, it can't be again, Nick.
You only get so many.
It can't be for the third time.
I'm gonna post something incredibly schizophrenic.
Do it right now.
My inner dialogue sounds like Danny saying goober. That's
like not
also,
even coherent.
Also, whenever you posted your music video, I would be like, go follow Danny Motta.
Yeah, and that was kind.
Yeah, you didn't bring that one up. Finish telling people who you are on Threads.
That's it, I'm done. I'm a D-Mott with 3 T's on Threads. I need to homogenize, I know. But also, like, fuck you. Don't come to my Threads. Don't care.
You don't deserve to be in my Threads.
Don't be like, man, I would love this guy more if he were on Threads.
Listen, that's it's the next great frontier of internet dumb. I shared it.
That's what Threads are like gross to me because it's all these like influencers being like, I gotta get to Threads while it's hot. Like all these influencers are like, who else is loving Threads?
Yeah.
Nobody's loving Threads.
Nobody loves it.
It's a fucking Twitter, but nobody's posting anything.
Exactly, but everybody thinks it's like, oh, it's like getting to TikTok early.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, like I'll be the staple.
Nobody gets paid on Twitter. Like you're not gonna get paid on Threads.
You don't get paid on Twitter?
No, you don't.
Then why be on Twitter?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
it's
not on
Twitter. It's just the way to contact celebrities. Like,
that's literally it. That's Instagram as well, though.
Yeah.
I'll be DMing people left, right, and center. But all right, that's everything we got. We love you guys, and goodbye. Mwah.